Modified World, the weekly web show about body modification, the people who do it, the people who get it, why it matters. I'm your hostess with the mostest, special guest host guy, once again, Kenny Hughes, piercer / jeweler at the renowned Pangea Piercing. Today I'm bringing you needle bending techniques. So, first, I'm going to start off with just showing you a manufactured bent needle. This is a needle from Industrial Strength LLC. It's a 14 gauge. There you go. It comes that way when you buy it. I use a couple piercings with this needle, Doth, and Philtrum, and Mineros. This guy here. I'm sure other people use it for other things. That's what I use it for, though. Just to give you an idea, when you're doing this, put pressure right there in the center, and you're kind of folding thing down around your thumb, like so. You kind of move your thumb along the area. Make sure not to bend too fast, too hard, or you're going to get kinks. This will be used for many things as well. My bevel right there is not in the right direction, but you get the idea. And you can continue doing this as long as you need to. This is the needle you saw me do, or the rook piercing y'all saw a couple weeks ago. Wondering how I'm doing that? Here we go. This here is a 16 gauge needle. You can do this up to 12 gauge. I've bent them like this as well, up to 12 gauge. Definitely it's harder the bigger the needle. And yeah, just kind of play around with it, see what works for you. It's going to take a little bit of time. Something else that's really, really important is when you bend these guys this way, you're going to make a bend that is really smooth, with no kinks in it, and no actual bends. You're just curving around everything. So, right now, J-curve needle. I use this for the rooks, as you saw a couple weeks ago. I also use this for snugs, and it could be used for tragus as well. When I first started doing this, I was using rosary pliers. These are really good for bending. That being said, though, over the years, I've switched to using a 0 gauge eyelet and some MFTs to hold on to this with. We'll get another shot of that as well. But the reason why I switched to 0 gauge is because the bend itself leaves it a little bit more open. So it gives you a little more room to maneuver with everything that you're doing. But you have your pliers here, you got your needle here. You also want to make sure that you face the bevel of the needle in the correct position that you're piercing, I guess. You all know how bevel direction works and all that stuff. You don't want that needle bent with the bevel on the side, facing on the side. Just make sure that everything lines up properly. Crimps and kinks in your needle, no bueno. I like to make another bend in this as well. This part I usually do use a rosary pliers with, whether I'm doing it with the eyelet or not. I just take that out a little bit so it gives me a little handle. You can also make that handle higher or lower, kind of play with it, around with it, see what works for you. That is bending your needle with rosary pliers. To do it with the eyelet, you're going to need some MFTs.
Those are multi-function tools.
Also, you're going to make sure to use some that have brass jaws on it so you don't scar up your needle too. So I got some brass jaws here. I got my 0 gauge eyelet here, and it has a little groove there for O-rings. You're going to lay your needle into that groove right there. Take your multifunctional tool. Once again, you're paying attention to the direction of the bevel right there, okay? And then same thing, just bend that guy over, try to use constant pressure, and try to do everything in one bend. Don't go a little bit and then stop and then do a little bit more. You're gonna stuff up. So, this bend, just like the last one, but it have a little bit better opening there, and also as you can see this as well, there isn't really any kinks in it like the other one I kinked up. That one's nice and smooth, so you get a better idea of what that's like. And then, once again, I'm going to take my rosary pliers here and make that little bend for my handle as well. Dun dun dun. So, that was our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, Follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Reddit, Pinterest. We give you free stuff. Leave comments. Tell us you want stuff. You will be selected to get stuff. Share us. Come back next week. You may see me again. You may not. You might see JC again. We'll see what happens. Modified world.
Wow.